Session 10, Parallel Project. In this final project, we were to showcase the functionality of our website. Um, Up front, I apologize. The computer I was using had to be returned, so I'm having to resort back to my Mac that pretty much has everything on it. So what I'll be doing is going through the software that I was using, just kind of in design mode, so that you could see what the website looks like up to this point. And first, we'll start off with the homepage, as it has the title and almost like an H2 title as well, which has one of the keywords that I wanted to use, which was club. Um, that is one that many people either look up either club, iron, driver, anything that kind of resembles golf club. A description of my business as well as what we pride ourselves in. In this, you'll see that I have a home, golf clubs link, golf accessories link, golf apparel, technology, as well as a buy now link, a feedback link, and those two we'll take a look at here in a second, as well as a contact us and a site map. So I know we were supposed to have a gamification component, and with the coding with this Mac, I just could never get one to work. I know I wanted to put one right next to the drop those strokes, just like a time that we're supposed to incorporate in there, time and date. But then I also started thinking that if I could get everything to work, it'd be nice to have almost like a scoreboard of that week's tournament, or maybe who's leading the FedEx points at that time. Next, we'll take a look at golf clubs. As you can see, all I really have here is a picture of golf clubs, and then just kind of like a title and a description. Now in here, I would add in um, almost like the products and services link that we were supposed to do. And here I'd add in different golf clubs, so you could choose from drivers, irons, putters, fairway woods, and etc. Golf accessories. I think from golf accessories all the way to technology is going to be pretty much the same. There's going to be just kind of a picture of what golf accessories would be, as well as just a little description of what would be on this page. Same with golf apparel. You just have a picture of golf clothing and then a description. Technology. Now, all for like golf accessories all the way up to technology, it'd be the same as golf clubs. I would incorporate a drop down menu so that you could pick from different, but with technologies, I think they could all be thrown on one page. The buy now is actually something that I did get working, and as you can see, I'll bring in the split level. So with everything, you are able to have different options. So like with product, so that you could either pick a driver or a golf bag. You could pick the quantity, the services that we provided, which would probably be more than the two that I have on here, and then the quantity, tax, the option of no tax, or the tax of Colorado Springs, and as well as being able to check the box if you're tax exempt. Now, like I said, this one actually does work, but since I messed with the server on this computer, it won't give me a preview on a browser. But I do know the reset form does work. The submit, I was never able to get that working. Now, with the feedback, like I stated in the Buy Now tab, all of these work as well as the reset form, but with having complications with the software I was using, I was never able to get the submit button to work, as well as being able for customers to submit to my email, as well as get an email back that they were able, or that the email went through and that it was complete. Next, we'll go to the contact us, which has a little more than all the other tabs, where I gave a phone number and email that they could contact us at. But like I said, with the feedback, The information's there, but I was never able to get that completely working. Sitemap is the same as the other tabs where it just has a picture and a little saying. On this, I would have all the links that are up there where you'd be able to click on it to be able to go throughout the site wherever there was a web page. The next one is just when I tried to start incorporating PHP into the code, which I'll put the split level so you can see it. Also, in this one, I tried to start incorporating the rotating pictures, but as you can see, it's just broken. It did not want to work, as well as trying to add in drop-down menus for all these tabs up here. Next is the next. I want to say probably 10 tabs are just kind of showing you that I did have the code there. I just, with this computer and trying to get it to run PHP, I just could not get it running, as well as JavaScript. Like I said, here you can see the code that I actually had in place for the rotating picture. The next one will be of the drop down menu. This was for main menu for homepage, where you could kind of mouse over and you'd get these drop down menus. Next one's just my CSS. Same with this one. And then here was my PHP process feedback. So this is where I was trying to get it to work to where I would get an email, and an email would be sent back to the customer as well. Oh wait, that was my apologies. That was for buy now. But still, it'd be the receipt that the customer would get once they completed the order. This was my feedback PHP, trying to where I would get an email once they hit submit, and then they would get an email as well stating that we would get back to them shortly. Next will be my PHP code for trying to calculate the total of each purchase, along with the that'd be given in the email. And then this was just the code to try to put in all the PHP. And then lastly, we have the logo. I tried to follow from the book, but that one definitely did not work. And then trying to get the banner to work up top. As you can see, the gamification component that I wanted to incorporate was right here, but like I stated, it just would not work for me with this computer. So if we go back, I know it says, so when creating all these components, the biggest thing for me was not only reading the book, but also doing a little research on W3 and a few other websites just to, I guess, gain knowledge on how the code would actually, what it would actually do once I put it in. And then once I actually understood the code, I'd actually put it in, see what it looked like, since this one has the split to where I can see the code and the design as well. That sometimes it would update in real time, and then sometimes I'd just hit save and just pretty much play with everything and see what it did. It says revisions that I've made to this. I think the only thing I've really done was try to make sure everything was lined up properly to where everything wasn't all over the place. Everything was in one section so that people weren't having to look around to try to find something. Now, as I reflect on what I've learned throughout creating this website, the biggest thing, I mean, not to be funny, but to actually have a computer that can do all of this. I ran into problems 4 times, and I still think it turned out fairly good for the problems that it had, but of course, it's not fully functional. So I think the biggest thing is to make sure you have all the software in place for it. The other thing is that to build a website like this, when it's not click and play like Google Sites or something, it takes a lot of time to actually understand the code and know how to use it when you're actually coding your website. Other than that, it's just taking the time to actually, I guess, learn the things that you need to know and then just playing around with it in general. I believe that is all. Have a great day.